Okay, we're officially official.
Again.
Sorry about that. No more interruptions.
Until the next call.
Until the next call. Okay, so where were we?
It's December something.
December 13th, that was 3:45. It's probably now 4, but that's
Same
fine.
thing.
Same
All
thing.
good.
I'm not sure about the water sound, if it's going to be our voices going to be deciphered, but we'll just keep talking and see what happens.
Exactly. We'll see where it all goes.
Okay, so go ahead.
So right now we're just talking about life and what we want within our lives and how to create more of it, how to enhance it. There's nothing wrong. Everything is going awesome in a great direction, exactly what we want, even sometimes when we think it is not going the direction we want. We want something more, something different. That's only out of alignment, shall we say, and not being in line with what we've created to begin with. So Ali came to meet me after his work, and we're meeting here at UTC, which is an old mall that they revamped, and they've done a phenomenal job. It's very community-oriented. There's places for people to sit, enjoy each other's company, food, you can shop, you can see movies, all kinds of different environments they've created. And it's kind of like life. It's just great, a wonderful place to be.
Yeah, there's every person's different and unique, so they can pick a spot that fits them most. Darrell and I love the water. We love it to be tranquil. We like the nature. There's a beautiful tree behind us. Maybe we'll show you a little bit later. It's tall. The sun is beaming through the glass windows, and we're just surrounded by beautiful, wonderful people. The energy is just amazing here. Like Darrell was saying, there's nothing wrong with our lives. We're on the path that we want to be on. We're going forward with the things that we want to do. But there are sometimes that you have to take a break and just make sure that you are looking at the GPS to make sure that where you're going is still where you want to go and end up. And so today we're taking the time to talk about what's next. There's nothing wrong with wanting more. There's nothing wrong with wanting change or something different, or enhancing what you already have and making it upgradable. There's nothing good or bad. It's just is, and it's a series of events that you're going to live through and make those decisions. Every moment, every minute, every second is a new moment, and you have that choice to decide what you want to do, which is what's called free will.
Right.
So
You don't have to bounce around like a cue ball on a pool table, or because someone told you to do something or didn't tell you to do something. Life is really about creating in every moment. We have choices all the time. Sometimes we make choices from a place of fear, from a place of happiness, from a place of joy, sometimes from inspiration. And that's what we are working towards. Life is about being inspirational, trusting yourself, trusting your judgment and your feelings to guide you where you need to go, where you want to go, to create the life you want. And it's not something you have to find, it's something you just have to allow. And that's the biggest key, allowing.
Allowing and allow others to join you, because this journey is not short. It's a long journey, and but it can end in an instant. And it's fun to be with others who want to play with you, who want to connect with you, who want to create with you. And 2 is better than 1. 3 is better than 1. It's always fun to play with others and create something magnificent and just explode in the manifesting, the creating, the energy, and moving forward in what you want to do. Stronger in multiple numbers, definitely.
Exactly. And life, we have a tendency, at least here in the West, to think of, I want only the good things, not the bad things to happen. And one thing Ali and I have really realized through our journey is there really is no bad thing. It depends on how you're judging it. It could be raining, and I know people who would think the day's ruined because they hate the rain. I myself, if I was at work and it was raining, I would run out into the street into the rain because I love rain so much. And I feel it's a great blessing. And then it's personally talking to me. And it's the same element, it's just a matter of how each person is judging it.
Yeah, it's all about perception.
Yes.
Darrell here loves the rain. I actually am not a huge fan of the rain. I love the sun, I love it warm, I love it peaceful, and here in the West, people don't know how to drive in the rain, so my commute gets longer. But
Western United States.
Western U.S. But one thing it is that when I look into it and I see that it's raining, it's the contrast that reminds me that, well, I'm going to enjoy the next sunny day even more. And in the moment while this is raining, I'm going to take it for what it is, and I'm going to do as the Romans do while I'm in Rome, and I'm going to play in the rain and enjoy it as well. But knowing that my favorite thing is the sun, and so when it comes out, I'm going to be more appreciative of that and enjoy it even more. So just think about the perception.
Yeah, and that's where choice comes in. Choice deals with everything. I like the fact that you brought up the little saying that we've all heard, when in Rome, do as Romans do. But the other half of that statement is, or else leave Rome. And that's the choice you have. You don't have to be anywhere or do anything you don't want to. We have a habit of saying, I have to do this because I only have a high school education. I don't have a BA or a PhD or any of these other things. You putting that on you is accepting it and making it real. That has nothing to do. Reality has everything to do with what you decide and accept as reality. We see people that do amazing things that don't have, supposedly do not have the education to achieve what they have set themselves out to. I myself, I'm working in a winery and I'm running the winery after I think 9 years. And I took 3 classes at a community college. And most people are like, don't you have a degree? It's like, no, I don't. But I really wanted to own a winery. And I followed a dream. And I ended up walking right into this whole situation. And now I'm in charge of a winery.
Yeah.
So anything's possible.
Anything's possible. You know, Darrell, I make fun of Darrell and call him the dream maker and me the manifester, because we always think of things that we want to do, and depending on what we want to do, if that's really something important to us, then we go after it. And when I met Darrell, that's exactly what he wanted. He wanted a winery. He wanted to own it, and he wanted to play in it and create wine for others because he loved wine. And you know, now he's doing it, and that's great. And if he decides that he doesn't want to do it tomorrow, that's great too. It doesn't matter as long as he feels happy and it's
Right.
doing what he wants to do.
Yeah. It's pursuing the things that make you happy. And happiness is inside.
Yeah, and not thinking about, well, I don't have the money for this, or oh, I don't have the degree for this, or I don't have the time for this. Those are all just excuses that you're making on yourself. Those are physical things that don't exist. They're just in your mind, just thoughts, not real physical things.
Right.
So
It's things we've been taught through whatever society you're within. I know our school systems don't really teach that. When I come from a different generation than Ollie does, and when I was in school, you were taught you have to be the smartest and the most brilliant, because either you get that one job or the person next to you gets that one job and you don't have anything. And that's not the truth. That's a lie. I have no idea why they came up with that, or why or where, and it's irrelevant because we live in a new world where we're all connected. We have resources that have never been available before. Creativity is the new now, and it's being accepted as reality. And you have opportunities, and it doesn't matter how great or terrible your life is, however you view it. The one thing that you have complete control over is how you're going to view it and how you're going to see it, and that's your choice. There is no other. I hear people say, well, these terrible things, my life's been so horrible, I can't. They say, well, look at Nelson Mandela. He was oppressed in his own country and thrown in prison for, many people who might be watching this, longer than you've been alive. And when he got out of prison, he could have had those guards that held him, and those people held him in prison or even executed, and he didn't. He went back and he thanked them for the years of wisdom. He became president of the country that locked him up, and he led his country into a new era of freedom.
yeah,
So anything is possible. Anyone who says you can't believes that for themselves. Don't let someone else's beliefs become your beliefs.
yeah.
You're going to choose.
And that's why one of the things we're talking about today is really look at your resources and look at what you're doing. Look at the 5 people who make up your inner circle and see if they really are aligned with what you're doing and where you're going. And if you don't think that you have the resources, like the time, the money, the education. There's ways to get it, so don't let that stop you from doing what makes you happy. Don't settle for something that's not amazing, like the job or the partner or the kids or any of that stuff. The money's, just take the money part out of it and focus on what makes you happy. And in the meantime, the contrast is going to show you that you don't like this and you don't like that. Accept it and find the path to which you do like something, and then gather your resources, friends, family, teachers, people who can get you to where you want to go, and do that, and don't use any excuse to stop you. Just be mindful of where you are and understand that it's not something permanent. It's going to be something that is a temporary thing, and you're going to learn and grow from this and move forward. So this is kind of why we're starting this seminar series of kind of how it all began. How did we get into creating? How did we get into manifesting? And why it's so important to do it, because it's your life and you only get one life, so you want to enjoy it.
Well, this time. There's other lifetimes, right? Depends on your own beliefs.
Depends on your belief, but
and if you don't believe if you believe this is the only life that you have and there is no reincarnation, then what are you spending your one lifetime on right now? I believe in reincarnation, so if I die, I can do it again later, no problem.
That's what he believes in. I don't. So
yeah. So there you go.
For me, it's important to get the things that I have, but in this time space continuum, to enjoy the time that I have with the loved ones that I have, with the people that I'm working with, and doing the things that I love to do. I want to be in the state of amazingness and excitement and growing and learning all the time. And not that you can be in that moment all the time, it's just you choose to be in that moment all the time. That's the most important thing.
Happiness comes from realizing that you have a choice, but also looking at your life as those things that do not go the way you believe they should, and that contrast points you in the right direction. Currently, in our current state, we have a president that a large portion of the country and also the world thinks is not qualified, and a number of other things. What I am seeing is that a lot of the negative things that he is doing, the people in the country are saying, no, we don't want that. And they're getting clarity on it, and they're changing it to the direction we do want. So the so-called bad things can be just as important as the good things, because they give you clarity on what you want.
Yep.
And it takes the power from out there and makes it realize that we all have it, and we all have a voice, and we all have the ability to make the changes that we want to do. And it is possible. I'll talk about where my life came from at a later time, and most people who know me from before look at it, how I'm living my life now, and can't believe that not only it's so good, but that I'm even alive. So, yeah, anything is possible, and we've proven it.
So we definitely hope that you guys will continue with us on this journey of excitement and development. And if you like our channel, definitely subscribe.
Yeah.
There's more to come.
Yeah. Welcome to Cappuccino Life, where life is the best.
Thank you.